Shalom, 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 my brothers and sisters. Peace and greetings to you. Shalom. It's an honor, it's a privilege, as always, to come before you. And it's an honor to be able to wake up this morning. All praise to the Most High. Be able to come before my brothers and sisters and give them another edifying lesson, another installment on wisdom on the go. Let me know in the comment section if this is worth your while or not. You know what I'm saying? If it's actually uplifting, if it's helpful or not. And hit that like, subscribe at the same time as well. But this message is directed to my brothers and sisters of the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Welcome. Before we get started, we want to give our honor, glory, praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahushua being His Son, who the world calls Christ. And through His strength, sacrifice, and example, we are all able to be here today. Alright, so like I said, this is another wisdom on the go. And we're going to be dealing with laboring for riches, because that is where America, Babylon the Great, this system, this wicked system that we live in on a daily basis, this is the message or the mindset that it promotes, it teaches our people. And these are the things that we live life for today, for the majority. People in general, most importantly, the so-called the Israelites, put it this way. We live life trying to gain riches. But when you read the scriptures, it was not so. But our people today, all they do is labor for money. I gotta get that money, dog. Cash rule everything around me. I gotta get to that bag. I need that guap. I gotta secure the bag, whatever the case may be. I gotta get them greenbacks, them dead presidents. Our people have been taught to do what? Labor for riches. Vanity, falsehoods. We have been taught to do these things, but that ought not be the case. We ought to have more about, life should be about more than just making money. I put it that way. And they have set this society up to make you think that way. Not only do they teach you to fear everything and be fearful, but they teach you to labor for riches, which goes against the commandments. And we're going to get to that. Bear with me. Let's go to the book of Sirach. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 23, verse 4. Proverbs chapter 23, verse 4. It says, labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. So the Lord is telling us, He is telling us through King David to do what? King Solomon. He's telling us through King Solomon to do what? Labor not to be rich. Labor not to be rich. For one, we as a nation of people are already rich, whether we want to believe it or not. It's just we have been on the bottom of society so long that we think that we have to strive to become rich. We were born rich. We don't know it. Let me prove that right quick. Let's go to Revelation. Book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9, and it reads, I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. See that? This is Yahushua speaking. About us. He said, I know what you're going through. I know your poverty. And he also said, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So he's talking about those individuals who are claiming to be Jews, but they really are not. But the real Jews, he said, I know you going through it. You're going through the ups and downs, constant trials and tribulation. I know you living in poverty. Why? Because we broke the commandments for one. But this is his movie, his script, so he know what we going through. Well, we are rich. Rich how? Because the promises, the covenants, the laws, the kingdom, the services of the Most High promised to the Israelites. This world, this earth that we walk around on, it was promised to the Israelites. That's how we are rich. This world was made for us. The kingdom is for us, those who endure to the end. You know? Let's go back to Proverbs, chapter 23. Proverbs, chapter 23, verse 4. It says, labor not to be rich, cease from thine own wisdom. Because as soon as I read that verse, a lot of you will say, I'm going to get that money. The Lord says, cease from thine own understanding, from your own wisdom. Because your wisdom is of this world for the most part. Whether you've been in this truth for a couple years or you just coming into it, most of your wisdom is of this world. You've been in this world for 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. And you just not coming into the truth within the past couple years, you still got a lot of wisdom of this world. Foolishness, vanity. So you have to shake that off. You got to leave off from your own understanding. You know? Verse 5, it says, wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? Are we going to set our eyes on the things that don't matter? We focusing more on getting money than actually raising our families, or raising our people back up, or loving each other, or learning, or teaching, or applying the things that we know we need to be doing. But we gonna set our eyes on just chasing money. I'm gonna get more money. That's the only way I'm gonna be happy. All the money you done had in your life, you're still not happy. So that's not the answer. I'm going back. Proverbs 23:5. Wilt thou set thine eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. That sound like a Red Bull commercial. It gives you wings. For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. What is that going into? It's gonna fly away from you. Well, you might say, well, I know how to handle my money. Money is meant to be spent, so it's going to fly away regardless. You know? It's paper in this society, or digital currency. It's getting to the point where in the digital realm, you can't even touch it, but you out there laboring for it. You laboring for something you can't even put your hands on. You just hoping that the computer don't glitch, or somebody don't hack your account. You laboring for the things that don't matter. Don't labor to be rich. Labor to be righteous in the eyes of the Most High. Why? Because He's gonna take care of you. Labor to do the things that matter, like teaching and raising up your family, because those things matter. When the scriptures say a good man leave a good inheritance, that's what He's talking about. A good man leave inheritance, knowledge. That's what the Most High gave us. Let's go to that. Sirach 17:11. Book of Sirach, or Ecclesiastes, chapter 11. And it reads, besides this, He gave them knowledge and the law of life for a heritage. You see that? He gave us knowledge and the law of life for a heritage. So when the scriptures say a good man leave behind an inheritance for his son's son, he's talking about a legacy. He's talking about leaving behind wisdom, knowledge, and discernment to be passed on. Not just monetary value, where our people have fixated their minds to believe. Oh, I gotta leave this, I gotta leave. No, leave knowledge, wisdom, a real legacy. You know? That's why we still talking about Abraham today. It ain't about how much money he left. You know, it's about the things that he did, what he stood for. That's the inheritance we supposed to be leaving behind. Teaching our young ones, our families, our communities about the knowledge and the law of life. That's a heritage. That's your inheritance. Why? Because when we do those things, that's what? Longevity of life. That's when you do these things and meditate on them, you'll have good success in anything that you do. Let me prove that as well. Let's go to Joshua 1:8. Book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 8. It says, "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." You see? Then you will have good success. You don't think Abraham passed that down? You don't think Isaac passed that down? Jacob? You don't think Moses passed that down? What do you think Joshua was doing, passing that down? That was their good inheritance. They wasn't talking about no damn money. That's what our people are fixated on. Since we on the bottom, we don't have no land. We don't have our heritage anymore. Only thing we know is to go get money with the enemy face on. I say it all the time. Stop laboring for the things that perish. Especially when the Lord just told you that what? That money, those riches, gonna grow wings and fly away. So don't don't live your life chasing behind riches. The Lord told you, don't labor to be rich. You're already born rich. What are you laboring to be rich for? You're already born rich. You need to be laboring to be righteous. Laboring to uplift your people. Laboring to make a difference in your nation of people, in your day-to-day life. You know? I'm gonna go to Proverbs 7:2 and I'm gonna end right there. I just want my brothers and sisters to understand how important it is to strive to be righteous, to pass down that real heritage, that real inheritance. Law, statutes, and commandments, knowledge, wisdom, discernment. That's what we need. Our people can have $1 million passed down to them and blow it, or be killed, put to death, or ruin others by having land and money because they don't have no knowledge, no wisdom, no discernment. But it's Proverbs chapter 7, verse 2. It says, "Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye." Keep the commandments and live, my brothers and sisters. Keep them as the apple of your eye, as something special to behold, to look upon on a daily basis, and to apply to your life. But I pray and hope that you brothers and sisters learned something today. It's been another installment of Wisdom on the Go. Labor not for the riches, but for those things that last, for a real inheritance. Your brother Ananias for A.O.I, the awakening of Israel. Gotta give all honor, glory, praise to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. On that note, I say shalom, shalom, peace.